What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. As you see on the screen, we have a new familiar face. And when we have a familiar face, we have to introduce who they are. What's going on, Asia? Welcome to the lean, finally.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Kirkwood.
Come on, Dr. Kirkwood. Now, you know, I ain't like Wendy
Yes,
now. I don't throw my title around, but I do have it.
I
How do you
know, but I know you got
feel?
some degrees under your belt.
I do. I only have three, not four, but yes. Like I said, welcome to the lean. Like you have been, I would say one of my biggest supporters in the last year. Like you literally watch my videos, you get feedback, and so I don't know why I took so long to get you on this show. You are like Justin to Bravo as much as I am. So like I said, welcome to the lean.
Yes.
As I've mentioned on a previous recap, I have started a new way to do this platform to where I'm going to have rotating guests for each franchise or each show, and you, along with Lamisha and Jasmine, will be the rotating guests. And then on the finale and the reunion or any good episodes, we're gonna come together and really this shit. That's gonna be good. So yeah. So if you're watching this,
Yes.
the lean is about to take off. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yes, the lean about to take off, baby. We
Yes.
catching flights with the lean, okay? Every weekend.
Before we get into it, because we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all things the lean. I said every time, I'm going to always say it until I see them subscribers go up, okay? But anyway, so Housewives of Atlanta, this is the 11th episode, I believe. I think it was called The Front Page or The Front Page News. And, you know, this episode, it was a light episode, but it was a lot to talk about. And so I just want to get right into it. Let's just start with Drew's wig, okay? The first
Okay.
scene. Now,
All
I
right.
love me some Drew. And I be defending her just like Portia be defending her wigs too. But this scene with her husband and that wig, it was really
Who told her
giving.
she was scissor?
It wasn't even scissor. It was giving Aquila. Was it Aquila and the Bee when she was little? The little. I don't know. It was just Francine. I was
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
Lord. And it's like I love Drew, but how many times she gonna say or use? She can't constantly say she had a quarantine week because by that time quarantine was over. Atlanta
Over.
has not been closed really for so to say that's a quarantine week, and I think that this moment is like October, right before Cynthia's wedding, girl. But right now, Drew looks good. I would say if you go to her page, she looks really good. Her glam squad has been
She
up.
looks
So
better. Okay. We'll
right,
take that.
you don't. What you think about the wigs?
No. I feel like season one, it's always gonna be a miss in
Yeah,
terms of hair.
yeah,
You don't even like, especially she's used to having like, free hair and makeup on set.
yeah.
And for this you gotta pay for it.
That's that. You
So
know
I
what?
think
That's
she
very true. That's
I
very
think
true.
she was going around her budget on this. This is like you trying to use her resources and using what she got, filming last minute. I don't even think she's used to a filming schedule
Yeah.
like this type of filming. So I kind of feel like she just be throwing on her wigs.
Hmm.
Like I don't hate them, but I really don't. I don't like them. Not for
Yeah.
TV.
They
Them
don't look.
like I'm laying around the house during quarantine wigs. Not
Well, she
the
called them
camera crew
quarantine
coming to
wigs,
my house.
but like I said, Atlanta ain't been quarantined in so long, so I don't know what quarantine she was in. I mean, that's for what
She can
I've
call
seen.
Tay.
Listen, well, like I said, she got it together. Let's move on past her weird child. So in this episode, one
Okay.
scene that they were kind of hyping up was Drew and Kenya, and so apparently Drew and Kenya, Drew invited Kenya out to eat, and she
Hmm.
guess wanted to talk to her. And honestly, I thought this conversation went a lot better than I felt like it could have went because we know Kenya. I can't recall
Hmm.
if you're a Kenya fan or stan or not, but I felt like Kenya was holding back a lot in the conversation, and I felt like Drew, she wasn't aggressive, but instead of she was trying to be. Initially, I
She
felt like
was
it was a little.
fishing.
It was she was fishing. She was a little passive with it, and then she tried to come on. She it's like she like Kenya said, what was my first straw? And even in this argument, she didn't
Right. Like, where'd
allow
this come
the
from?
argument to build up. She just came in
Yeah.
ready to fire. And I'm not the biggest Kenya fan, but I just felt like Kenya kind of held back. And than what we've seen in the past. Not saying she should be
Yes.
scared of her, but I just feel like usually Kenya would have been reading. or going in. But she even tried to say, she was like, "How's your husband? How's the family? How's the kids?"
Yeah. How's the house?
And Drew was just like, I want to talk about this.
Because I wanted to bring my daughter. Girl, no, you did not. You
Yeah,
did not want to bring your daughter and have your daughter around no bolo.
I didn't think any of them. That's what I'm saying. Like with the whole daughter thing, I didn't understand why they were so like who would want to bring their child to a girls' trip, bachelor weekend? Like who? Only person that brought it. It's so funny that Kenya brought her daughter because and she's like the granny auntie, the one that was like not for the shits. That makes so much
Yeah.
sense. That's probably why she brought it because
Yes.
she knew she was gonna be a boring auntie. But what were your thoughts on
Yep.
the scene with Drew and Kenya and just how it went really nowhere?
I really feel like I said, Drew was fishing and we're not on a fishing trip. Like Kenya is not on her A game, and I'm not the biggest Kenya fan. Everybody on this show for me is equal opportunity. I don't stand nobody on this show.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
not nobody.
mm-mm.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, keep going.
It's equal opportunity like slander over here. Okay,
Anybody
on
can
this
get these
particular show.
hands.
Anybody can get it. I have no allies. So I think when it comes to Drew, it's just like she's trying to pick a fight. She was trying to pick a fight with Kenya, and Kenya is not on her A game, so she couldn't care any less than she already does.
Hmm.
In my personal opinion, this season is just not her season. She done gained 30 pounds
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of the show, so she's trying to get her weight off. And Mark is getting on her nerves, and she
She ain't
still
been
has a
looking
baby
good.
that we don't see. And having little kids is not even easy. So she's just not on her A game. Like her hair was even frizzy while she was sitting there, and I'm like, I've never seen a hair like really out of place on Kenya head.
But you
So
know
she
what? This
just
season it's been that way. This confessional look she had with the green dress was the
she
best
was
she
good.
looked all season. I don't know
Hmm.
what's going on with her glam, but like you said, this has not been Kenya's season. I think Mama is really going through it, and we clearly know why. But she's really going through it because sis been looking a little busted. No, I'm sorry,
She's not looking her best.
yeah,
She's not even giving her best shade. Like
yeah,
she's not giving the villain that I love talking shit about. Can I
mm.
cuss?
yeah. Somebody was
Okay.
like, "Cuss, girl, cuss." We ain't on no network
But
yet.
she's not giving that villain shit like I'm used to her giving.
Yeah,
And that's why I really have to be fair when it comes to her
yeah,
and her comebacks and everybody coming to her this season. It's just like, yeah, I'm not the kick a person while they down, but when you give it to me, I'm gonna give it back. But she's not really giving it. She just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
she just heavy. She 30 pounds heavier. She got a lot of stuff on her mind. She's not giving it. So where Drew was just like, I think she watched past seasons, so she was ready to spar with Kenya, and Kenya's like looking confused, like, what?
It
What do you
was
want?
giving very like, what? Huh? This is
Ah!
about. I really feel like Kenya came just to eat and chit chat and talk. I feel like that's just crazy for me to be like that. I usually don't even side with her like that, but I was just like, I like you, Drew, but this argument, and then they started singing, and she was like, "Oh, you want to let me talk?"
Lord
And
Jesus.
I'm like, "What is going on?"
Lord
How did you feel
Jesus.
about Drew doing the tongue exercises or whatever for for the singing for the wedding? I don't know.
I thought that was also weird. I went to a performing arts high school, so
Yeah,
I'm used to people doing those things in the moments that they need to be doing them, like at practice, on the way to practice, like not sitting at dinner.
yeah.
So, but she talking about she booked and busy, so I guess she didn't have nowhere else to do it. I, she had to practice between gigs. I don't know, but that was weird. That was weird.
It was
Like I
very
don't want
weird.
to hear you lottie dottie day as I walk up to have a conversation with you. Cause like Kenya said, like it seemed like she was practicing. Like,
No,
okay, this is what I'm gonna say. Like that's what it felt like.
it
And I'm
was
gonna say this
very.
when my salad comes, and I'm gonna say this like
So the food, and the last piece of this scene was the splitting of the check. Now, she asked for the check. Kenya was ready to pay for the check. Drew was like, "Oh no, 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 we splitting the check." He basically like, and I feel like she was like, "I ain't finna let this wife pay for my food." And then
mhm.
Kenya in her confession was like, "Broke people split checks." And Drew was just like, me and my friend, well, she said it, she said it actually at the table, but me and my friends
Mhm.
split checks. How do you feel about splitting checks? This scene, the statement from Kenya, and then I give you mine.
I feel like it lacked depth. Like, Kenya, where'd that come from? Like, I don't mind splitting checks. I really, but if somebody offered to pay for my food, you paying for my food.
Yeah.
Like, you can call me a broke bitch all day. I do not care. Like, that's the extra $30 that I got in my pocket to go get me some more food or give me some dessert or whatever. So I just felt like it was a reach. I think Kenya just wanted something to say. Like, her little villain side was really coming back out because she mad now,
In the
but she was
confessional,
really
though, she
annoyed
said
too.
she didn't say that at the table. That's what I'm saying. The confessional was me. She watched it back. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna say this,"
Yeah.
but at the table, that comeback was not there. She wasn't on her feet as she would usually be.
Mm-mm. I
Um,
don't think broke bitches split checks. Like, but she was, I don't want to divide tax. Like, I get that too. You know, when you got a big table, it's like, well, I only got this and
That's
I
a
owe this much in tax.
exactly. That's a big table. That's six people
Like,
or more, not two people. And then if the totals were what they showed on the screen, because that was so messy and funny to me, Kenya's was $30 and hers was $21. Girl, that is just ridiculous. When I tell you, I hollered at that. I was like, oh my god, that's so messy of production to show that. But listen, but
deals.
Drew was like, no, I'm paying for my $21 meal.
You ain't gonna hold this over my head.
Show
But
lane.
they did. It's, to me, it's like, it's weird because you do other stuff in front of your enemies, Kenya, but you won't let your enemy pay for your food.
Well, I think no. Kenya was already going to pay for it. Drew was saying that she didn't want her to pay for it,
Yeah, that's what I'm
and so
saying.
she
But
actually Drew made them split it, made them split the check.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I feel like Drew did that because she was like, I don't want her saying she did anything for me, da da this and da da that.
yeah.
So I don't get, like, you being that way with your enemy. No, my enemy can pay for my food all day. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna be like, look, that's why you paid for my food, ho.
Right? But I'm not about to be Miss Lickety Split in front of my enemy. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I would have let her pay for it and just call it that. But I mean, I see both sides. I don't know what I would have did. I probably would have just, I don't know what I would have did next. But I feel like I would have just let her pay for it and be like, you paid for my food, ho. Versus, you ain't paying for my
Hmm.
food. I have a friend. I think like my best friend would have been like Drew. Like, no, you're not paying for my food. I ain't gonna let you have that. You're not gonna be able to hold it over my head. But for me, I would have been like,
Hmm.
you paid for my
Hmm.
food, though. You talking all
That's
this
why you pay for my
shit.
food, though.
Exactly. That's so.
Hmm.
I guess it depends on the person. I think either side,
Hmm.
whatever. I see it. But like I said, the conversation was pointless. They could have just really threw the whole scene away. It was just a lot of back and forth. Nothing was heard. They were showing the times in which they were talking, and I'm just surprised that when you have an argument or a heated discussion, usually, and when no one's being heard, somebody just kind of gets up and go. I guess because they're on
Yeah.
TV, it's different. But there was so much. They called that crosstalk, and crosstalk is like the worst thing you can do when you're filming because you can't hear nothing. So thank God they got some good technology. But like I said, the scene could have been scrapped. I thought that the scene was pointless. And I didn't understand what I knew what Drew was trying to say, but I thought that she had no type of seat to sit on for it. It was like, okay. Even Kenya was just like confused. So
I didn't know what Drew was trying to say.
yeah.
I can't even say that I know it. First,
Yeah.
she wanted to open about her husband. Then she wanted to know if she could bring her daughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a lot. So let's move on to talk about Cynthia. So you're actually getting married soon, so you probably can relate. But Cynthia's getting married, obviously, but she's having like all these issues just days before the wedding, like 3-4 days before the wedding, I think it is.
Yeah.
And when I watched it, my thoughts were, okay, girl, where's your planner? Where's the person that's helping your coordinator? Like, maybe I don't know. I ain't married. I ain't even got a ring. But I'm just like, these are all things that you're like checking off the list. Shouldn't someone else be doing this so close to the wedding? You tell me. What were your thoughts on seeing her, pretty
Yeah.
much straggle at the last minute to get all these big things done?
Look, I'm kind of going through the same thing, but I have had less time than Cynthia. So my wedding got canceled, and this is my rescheduled wedding.
Okay.
So we're in two different boats. I'm like planning a wedding in 3 months, where
Yeah.
she had at least like a year. She should hire a coordinator,
This
but
perfect
she's
date.
thrifty.
This perfect date should have had the perfect planner to make sure all this stuff was in
But
order.
that was my original date. That's why it's so funny. Ten
Really?
ten 2020
Okay.
was my original date. But we postponed that one. Um, but yeah, she should hire a planner. She just a little thrifty. My mom is a wedding planner, so I know that they're expensive. But
Definitely.
2 weeks before the wedding, you should be just
No, I thought it was
rolling
like three
around
days.
town.
When like 3 4 days was it a week? It was too damn soon. Her mom didn't have a dress. Her his ring didn't fit. Noel's dress wasn't there. It was like it is about it
I
a
don't,
lot.
how the mama dress don't fit? Oh no, her mama dress wasn't there. How
It
did
wasn't
that
there.
happen?
Yeah, it wasn't arriving until like 6 days after the wedding. So she had to find her a new one.
Like, where she order it from? Like, because
I
if you
don't know.
getting it from like overseas, then yeah, during COVID
That's what it
times,
sounded like. It sounded like everything's from overseas because that's what I think the ring or some came from overseas. I think when I watched it, so I don't know. I just thought it was very weird. I'm like, you shouldn't be doing all this. Like I know, but these are huge things. Like she was so gung ho about this date, and this date is here, and you're running into major issues. It ain't.
it's falling apart.
Last wedding, it was the damn wedding certificate.
Marriage certificate.
Right, the marriage
That
certificate.
was so shady.
Now it's like you ain't got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, girl.
Everybody thought can't nobody come no more.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to actually. I don't think they filmed the wedding. I think they got some stills from the wedding because I thought it was said that they didn't film the wedding, but then they showing like little bits.
She had her own camera crew come, so probably like her videographer.
Oh,
they sent over that footage.
That may be right. Yeah.
Because Roa is just like, free photographer, free video for your wedding if you were cast members. But she just paid. She was probably used her actual footage from her people.
Yeah.
I'm having I have a lot of bridesmaids and groomsmen for that reason because I know people gonna not be able to come.
Dropped out too. Oh please, when I get married, if you accept that you're my groomsman or whatever, you better be there or you're gonna be cut off. Period. I'm telling you right now.
Let me tell you something. It gets nasty. These weddings get nasty, and I had no clue. I be in my group chat like, ooh. Well, the bridesmaids and the groomsmen just, Lord Jesus. So when he put that ring on that finger, baby, be ready. Okay.
I'm in a wedding next month, and I'm actually going to a wedding next week, but I'm in a wedding at the beginning of April. So I don't know what they act like. I don't know all the planning part, but I know it's a lot. But he has limits to his groomsmen and stuff like that, so it's not a lot. But I know when it's time for me, it's gonna be a lot. So we'll see. I mean, maybe I'll be like Cynthia, but I know I ain't gonna be looking for no damn suit 2-3 days before. No.
That's ridiculous. I could tell you, she must have been so overwhelmed with the actual date that she didn't put in any time, effort into the appearance and making sure people had what they need. Because that's clear. I'm like, I wonder if these people gonna have jewelry. They gonna have shoes. Like, Lord, because you forgetting the big details. What about the small stuff?
Big details, exactly. So then we move into Marlo's hayride. So Marlo, our favorite friend of the show, honey, she is hosting an event. She don't host many events, but she hosted her hair care event last year, and she did the hayride. So I was like, okay, what's this gonna give? Now, obviously, they're going out to like a hayride or something I don't know, far as hell or whatever, and basically everybody arrives and stuff like that. And the big thing is that, the first thing I noticed is that Toya took them braids out of her head, and she looked good.
She did look good.
The braids were actually falling out. They had a steal of one from, remember at the bachelor party. Correct, at the bachelorette party. So they probably started falling out one by one, but she looked good, and I was like, great, she's there. Drew, I'm sorry. I feel like I heard Kenya call her Storm. Drew was giving me.
She said, "Come on, Storm."
She was giving me Lyrica from Love and Hip Hop. I was like, I don't know how this Drew. I was just like, and they was just yes, and I was just like, I get what she was going for, between the boots and the whole little It just
that
I wasn't feeling it.
it was giving me like cognac shower curtain.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at
Mm-mm.
all.
I really like that color too.
I
And I'm like, why
love
she
that
messed that
color.
color up?
She did, man. I love the color. Orange is my favorite color, but I didn't like that. It was like, was it? I don't know. Let's just move on, child.
It was like it's a shower curtain from the 70s, baby. It like it could
It
have
was
if it was
witch.
just like a skirt
It was
with
giving.
like a little
If
chocolate.
all we need to do is put a little witch hat on her, and she would have been witch couture. That's what I was getting from her. It was definitely
It was October. Maybe she was getting her Halloween outfit ready.
no, baby, no, no.
Look, I'm
So
trying to give Drew some something.
I love Drew. I'm just like this. That wasn't hidden, and she looks great now. But Lord, filming, I could tell she was having a hard time figuring out what works best for her on camera. Because maybe that was cute in person. Maybe it looked better in person than over. I don't know. But on the camera, it didn't look well. Sorry, Drew, if you liked it, we love you, but that was not a good look. Uh,
It also is the way she like carries it too. She doesn't really carry her outfits with confidence, like because we could have seen that on Marlo and been like, oh yeah, she's slaying it. But
it would have been fitted differently. It would have been. It would have been different. She would have made it her own. She would
yeah,
have wore the garment. That was literally just something she put on, and it was wearing her
yeah.
for Drew.
Mm-hmm.
I
Talk
like I
about
like
being
what Marlo had
established
on. Though. Marlo had that little. I love a little long. She had the little leg was coming out of there.
with the little booty out.
Ooh. I was like, ooh, I like
She
this now.
did look cute.
She did. She did.
Marlo don't do nothing else. She be dressing.
She be
She be
dressing.
dressing now.
She be dressing. She do.
Hmm.
So at the event when they all get there, I guess this is where they find out the news has hit on page 6 about the bachelorette party, and like Marlo said, why are we surprised that this is out there? Like it's going y'all on TV. Of course, it's gonna make it out. Does it really matter who leaked it? No, it was gonna get out anyway.
And they didn't name no names in that article, did they?
No, they didn't say it. They just said like this happened at Cynthia's bachelorette party, and I'm just like, I
Hmm.
get it's TV, but y'all are on national TV. Y'all are filming this. Y'all knew that it was
There are
gonna get
like
out
17 cameras.
everywhere. So I like how Marlo. What she say? I wrote this down. Which no, I no. Basically, she was like, "Why are y'all surprised? Like, this is what
Yeah.
happened." Portia was late. Portia ended up going to the wrong space and came real late. Portia be real late. She be
Hmm.
real late, and I'm
And they
sure.
waited in the parking lot for her. I would have been gone. Like they really waited
See,
in the parking lot for
I'm
her.
not really here for that late stuff. I have some friends that be late like that, and I would have left. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't care. Just because it's like it's there's nothing wrong with being late, but when you are constantly late, always it's
An
like
hour, 2 hours. You missed the whole event.
yeah, girl. I would have told girl what did Nene tell them when they pulled up in L.A. Y'all can eat the paint off y'all nails. You ain't coming up in here. I would have told
I love
Portia,
it.
girl, baby, go ahead on. You ain't coming up. This
Hmm.
event is over. But she stayed.
It's over.
Kudos to Shamia for being like, oh, we should just wait. She stayed. She parked her car. She got in and talked. And the conversation between, let's just go back actually. On the hayride before she even got there, Kenya and Drew kind of had a little back and forth. Did you see that back and forth?
Hmm. I did.
Did you see
I
how
did, and I
how?
just,
Go ahead.
I just felt like Drew. I feel like at this point, I see Drew tries to argue with Kenya like she argues with Ralph, and it's not really working.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how you communicate with your husband, but
Mm-hmm.
everybody else is not going to communicate
Mm-hmm.
with you like that. Everybody don't love you like that. They're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna put up with you asking questions. They're not in therapy with you.
Yeah.
So it still seemed like she was using like her therapy sessions trying to convey her message. And
Mm-hmm.
then even Kenya was like, but at the table in Isle of Palms, you were coming for me. And she was like, no, I wasn't. And the other girls was like, yeah, yeah, you
But do you think
was.
she was coming for her at the table in the Alabama?
I think I wouldn't have thought so if she hadn't started out with who's the realest and the fakest type
I agree.
thing.
Yep. That's it. That's it. That's what.
Because she
That's.
did
Mm-hmm.
that, it's like you don't genuinely give two shits about me. You don't. And don't sit up here and act like you do.
Yeah.
Because Kenya said like she's called her and talked to her and asked her how things are going. So in front of the group, it's just like who the realest, who the fake. It's like, girl, you studied the show for a little bit too long to be trying to come at me this way.
Mm-hmm.
Like the beef is just not genuine for me. I live for a good Kenya beef, but I don't get this one. And I think that's what Kenya was trying to get at. And I think that's why Kenya don't care, because she doesn't have like a real beef with her
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna get there. I agree. Like, I feel like if she hadn't said the realest and the fakest, it would have been received better. Now, I don't
Yeah.
think she was coming at her aggressively, but she was being very passive about it.
Passive
And
aggressive.
so,
That side of the
but
table,
that is
that
what's
side of the
going.
table is a very passive aggressive side of the table. I was looking at the people who were sitting on that side of the table. That's a very passive aggressive side. I'll
Hmm.
say that.
And you're saying that Shamia, Portia, Tanya, and was it Shamia? Yeah, yeah, and Tanya and Drew. That's who was over there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I've noticed how they are in conversation. So when you're not necessarily winning in a conversation, but you don't want to look like you lose in a conversation, you get
Mm-hmm.
real passive aggressive. Like, oh no, yeah, go ahead, I'm listening. Because Kenya does it too.
Oh yeah.
So it's just you got to catch who doing it and when they doing it. And I notice it because I do not like when people are passive aggressive with me.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cincinnati comes out, and that little 6 years of Chicago come out too.
Oh,
So
not the 6 years to
I don't like
Chicago.
it. I don't like it. I don't like that passive aggressive stuff. So I notice it, and it's something that actually grinds my gears. So I go to therapy too. So I take steps to get around that passive aggressiveness. So
Mm-hmm.
I noticed it. So it was like Drew was being passive aggressive, then Tanya was being passive aggressive, and then Portia was being passive aggressive, like all at the same time. So Kenya was feeling like she was being attacked.
Well,
Cynthia wasn't saying much. Candy
Cynthia
wasn't
wasn't
saying
saying nothing.
much.
But you know what? At that moment, they were just basically being Kenya. They were all being different forms of
Hmm.
Kenya. And that's just
Yep.
like, Disha, you can't take it. Because that whole like that thing where she cuts people, Kenya does not let anyone get a word in. And when you're talking to her, I've seen in the past, and if she gets in her phone and start doing stuff like she's not paying attention, she does all of that. So in that moment, I
Hmm.
thought it was rightfully deserved. Everyone else
Yep.
except for Drew. Drew with the whole realist and fake is because that could have set the tone for the whole table to go left. Because they're like, well, bitch, who fake? It could have went,
Yeah.
many different ways. It didn't go that way.
Left
Um,
real quick.
and so to go back to the hayride, she
Hmm.
was. I don't think she was trying to bait her, but she was still trying to like bring up the situation and talking about the singing. And you notice how she was saying, trying to justify why she was practicing the singing. And Candy was like, I mean, when you about to get to perform, and she's like, well, I'm performing at Cynthia's wedding.
Okay. That Mike Hill was like, well, I like it when Monica sing it. I don't know about when she. I don't know if you caught that shade at the beginning of the show. He was like, yeah, I like that song when Monica sing it.
Somebody said that I didn't catch it at the time I watched it, but I think my boyfriend or somebody had said it, and I was like, "Oh, that is shade."
He was like, and then when they finally hung up the phone, he was just sitting there like, you gotta, you gotta
I'm
see
gonna
when
go
they
back and
pan out
watch
of
it.
that scene, like, Lord.
I'm gonna go back and watch this season because I didn't catch it, but I didn't catch it on my own the first time.
But yeah,
Um,
I think Drew was trying to bait. Drew was still trying to bait her, and she wasn't being validated like she thought she was gonna be
the better
on
person
the
for
hayride.
Drew, honestly, Kenya beefing with Kenya, it's not too big for Drew. I just feel like that unless it was like you said, it was a reason. It's too soon for that.
Hmm.
I much more enjoy the beef between her and Latoya because they're both new.
Toya, yep,
It's fair because it's like both of them are new to the show. They really don't know what they're doing. They both looking for moments, and I know that they're gonna beef a lot, throughout the rest of the
yeah,
season. And it gives me Portia and Kenya back in season
yeah,
5. I feel like that's what's going to keep Drew and Toya around is if they be take off
yeah.
because they're at equal level and level ground in my opinion. Kenya
Let
just
the
really don't
aunties
care.
beef amongst each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let the
let the
aunties
aunties
beef and
beef,
let the nieces beef. I agree.
niece, cousins, whatever. Let the niece let them go at it,
Right.
cause coming for Kenya, especially, I just don't get it. It's just, yeah, she's
well,
a
the
Pokemon.
idea is to come in and go for the queen or go for whoever they feel is the biggest. You know, they used to happen a lot with Nene, Claudia,
Okay.
Nene. You know, that's typically
Yeah.
what you would think to do. But in this situation
Yeah.
where you have two newbies and they both can equal camera time. Like neither one of them can read each other and be like, well, Drew can she can read more because she actually has a peach.
Yeah.
But everybody knows that Toya would have a peach if her husband would have allowed her to film the
Yeah.
kids and stuff like that. She would have had a peach. That's just common tea.
Yeah.
They both would have had one. So yeah. So back to the scene. Portia shows up and basically she stays. Her and Marlo start talking, and Marlo feels away. Marlo says she don't like the fact that Portia. She feels like Portia hasn't called her, hasn't talked to her, and she feels a little different about it. And I have a big question to ask you, but I want to get your opinion on this situation first between Portia and Marlo.
I feel like Marlo broke some type of alliance, like
Mm-hmm.
some unheard of alliance, and they can't say that without,
Mm-hmm.
stating that they had like an alliance or a plan.
Mm-hmm.
So because
Mm.
it's just like otherwise, I don't. Why are you? What you mad at? Like, Marlo been complaining this whole time, like, Kenya don't like me, Kenya don't like me, Kenya don't like me. Kenya like, girl, fine. You're
Girl,
sorry,
I guess
I'm
I like
sorry.
it. She definitely was
Like,
like,
I'm
girl,
over it.
okay, okay. I'll be your
Cause
friend.
I'm literally dealing with so much. I can't gather another drum line to bring to your
Yeah,
next event. So I
yeah.
might as well just throw in the towel. You sorry, I'll give you the good room next time. Fine. But did you hear the noises?
I need somebody to say they heard these
So
noises with me because they ain't gonna believe
yeah.
just me. But yeah,
So like I really think so. I think Kenya was just like, I mean, not Kenya. Portia was just like, oh no, she didn't. We
yeah.
supposed to be in this together. Like, and it just
But they still,
crumbled.
even before that, Portia and Marlo, they hung out. But in this season, they weren't like close. You know, it was they were
Hmm.
close and cool and whatever, but they weren't close. So Marlo, honestly, this whole season, I just feel like she's been such in her feelings about everything. You know, from the Marlo key thing to Portia thing.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like she feels guilty about something because she's like,
Hmm.
why are you not talking to me no more? Like, you know, because she knows when you ask questions like that, when you've made a decision or a move, and you know, like you already know
Hmm.
what's up.
You already know what you did.
Now Portia is taking the road of, I mean, nothing's going on, but realistically, I don't think it's bothering her. But she probably is like, now why would she be friends with this girl like that? Like I get, you know, she being upset at Kenya for doing whatever and being, you know, mean, whatever, blah blah. But Marlo ain't want to be friends with Kenya in so damn long. I mean, come on, that's just so.
Right.
Nene's gone. Why would she want to be friends with Kenya? Why? They have not had a friendship since that one season. What season was that? I think it was after Nene
When they
left.
were at when they did the field, when they was out playing kickball or something like that.
Yes, that was the last time they were friends. Yes, actually, the
Hmm.
Bailey Bowl. So I don't understand where I give up Portia saying, but the question I want to ask you: Do you
Okay.
What do you feel? How do you feel about this situation with Marlo and Kenya getting back friends versus Portia and Nene getting back friends? Because I see a lot of bicker, a lot of banter online about this because
Mm.
people are saying that Portia's hurt and she shouldn't be because people felt the same way about her getting back friends with Nene last season. What do you think?
Hmm.
How do you compare the two? Are they the same? Are they not the same? Like, what's your thoughts on all that?
I honestly feel like they're about the same.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being honest, I never thought about it that way, but yeah, I feel like they're about the same because when Marlo and King were friends, we didn't see it on
Yeah,
TV,
yeah,
but we knew that they were friends. We saw Portia and Nene be friends on and off for a couple seasons
yeah.
at that big sis, little sis thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when like Portia and Candy was trying to be cool again, and so they all didn't like Nene together.
Yeah.
And then Portia like broke their little alliance and got back cool with Nene.
Yeah.
So I think the situations are similar because it was supposed to be Marlo and Portia and whoever else just didn't want to take down Kenya, and
Well,
it
last
just
season,
switched. Like,
Candy and Kenya were more the ones to be like, big sis, little sis. Like, why they back friends? And so they basically saying,
yeah,
like, Portia is taking on that role of being like, why they back friends? But the situations are
mm-hmm,
different. Like you said, Needy and Portia were friends.
yeah.
They were friends. Big sis, little sis. Needy and Kenya had one season where they were friends. They have literally beef, and
They've never been like friends.
they have said some of the worst things about each other. Always, always. I actually like them better when they're enemies. Okay, just because
Yes,
they good. It's good TV. So I don't compare the two.
yes.
I don't think Portia's upset, but I think if I was filming, I would be looking at Marlo like, you didn't talk to all this shit. Like, I get being cordial with the girl, but it
Mm-hmm.
seems like they're gonna get buddy buddy, and that's what I don't understand. Like, why would Marlo want to be buddy buddy with her? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if Nene was around, ain't no damn way in hell Marlo would be anywhere close.
Ain't no
She would be,
way.
her shade to Kenya would be worse. She wouldn't have said nothing about that room. The room she didn't get, it would have been different. So I just feel like, Marlo girl, love you, but you know damn well you don't need to be friends with Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying they can't be friends, but the goal should have been cordial. Everybody's not meant to be your friend, and I don't think them two are meant to be friends. They meant to just be able to coexist and hey ha ha ha, just like how Shamia and Kenya got back okay. They had a very unspoken beef. Tanya and Kenya,
Yeah,
they're able to be cordial. That's where I think it needs. That's where Marlo and Kenya should have been. All of that,
Kenya.
yeah,
We got to see what happens down the line to
yeah.
make it where they form. Because I don't. I feel like something happened. Like
Oh, they
that. It's just
besties.
like
If you see them on Instagram, they are like, I knew they was back friends.
kiki under each other's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I knew they was back friends before this because follow them and I see, Kenya post a picture and Marlon be like, yes, beautiful. I'm like, now wait a minute. So when as we're watching on
When?
TV,
Since when?
exactly, you ain't never thought you thought her skin was bad. You did this when she was pregnant. I mean, come on now. But I mean, I'm not saying that that's valid because it was funny, and that it's not saying she can't be friends with her, but it's just when you do stuff like that, sometimes there's no coming back from stuff like that. In my opinion,
Yeah.
and
But
and,
that was Kenya's original stance up until this season. So
and she should have stuck to it. I think she should have been like, you know what,
yeah.
we ain't gonna be besties, but you know what, I'm gonna give you an okay room. We're gonna be cool. I'm not gonna treat you like that. Just don't come for me. I won't come for you. That's what it would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's really all
Because when
Marlo
Kenya
want to
brought
hear.
that marching band, I was so mad at her. Like, girl, this her whole this how she trying to pay her bills.
But you know
Why
what?
would
But
you?
I talked about this on the last recap. Kenya, she don't play fair. You throw shade at her about her house. She come with a marching band. She goes over the extreme. So a girl like Kenya, I'm gonna leave alone. If I'm not prepared with my guns blazing to get back, because it's gonna be
I'm not
lethal.
sparring with Kenya.
Yeah,
Cause that's why Portia always be putting her hands on her
yeah.
or want to, and Portia knows she can't do that no more, or she gone. All them Bravo checks are gone for good if she puts her hand on one more
Well, she
person.
she 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 does a good job with paying her dust. I really want her to
Yeah,
just say, "Yeah, I fucked Polo," because at this point, like,
me too.
the more she acts all, why she did, it just feeding into Kenya's plan, and it's making the storyline much
Yeah,
harder than it is. Because really, we don't really
it's
care.
it, it's the more Shamia defend her that confirms it for me. Cause I'm like, every time Shamia do an interview or something, she confirms it, and it's just like best friend.
I
Shh,
love
best
Shamia.
friend.
Shamia is a down friend. She's had Portia's back in moments where Portia has not been there for her, and
Hmm.
on the show.
Yep.
So I love Shamia. I'm glad she's around this season. She's supposed to have a peach. I feel like a season 11 or 10, but her husband was like, nope.
Nope.
And that's
I
just,
let you go over there and play every once
you
in a
can
while.
go
Don't put them
play.
folk
All
in
right,
our
go on up.
business.
You ain't spend the night.
You can go twerk on the boat. You can go have your little fun.
Hmm.
Leave me and my baby out of this.
Yeah.
Get your check. It could be we got enough money over here. You can get your little check, but we don't need the big check. We're fine. Cause and she's real. She's just so pretty to me. Shami
Yeah,
is just really pretty, and
she is.
it's just like, yeah, I
She's
like her. And
fun.
she
I
always be
love
bringing up that age stuff. Niece, I'm young, like,
if
and
Nene
I'm
had
gonna
a
stay
been on
young.
that trip and she heard her call her auntie, like it would have been Spain all over again with the elders.
Yes,
And I was like,
elders.
elders. Now we ain't gonna do the age thing now.
We ain't gonna do the age thing. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, like I like the auntie niece dynamic. Like I like seeing some seasoned women
Yeah,
walk around. I like seeing what they do.
it's fun.
And then I like seeing the nieces. Like I like the combo. I really do like the combo. I don't want a bunch of nieces.
I relate to the nieces more just because I feel like when they come on, I'm excited to see what like
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, what's gonna happen. I wish they would show Phelan more. But I guess, whatever, because I feel like Phelan, it looked like Phelan is actually a fun girl and like she
Yeah.
moved down for the shits, but Toya and Drew took over it. So, I mean, the next episode, Drew and Toya, they kind of was doing it here, but Drew and Toya,
Yeah.
they gonna have a lot of back and forth, and so I'm ready to see them. Like that's the fresh fun I want to see. Cynthia's wedding,
Yep.
blah, everything else. Portia and Marla gonna have an issue, Kenya, but this Drew and
Not
Toya
Kenya.
thing, if nothing else, it's just gonna be funny, and that's what I want.
Did you hear them? Did you hear them at the pumpkin patch where
Yeah,
they were like,
yeah.
I ain't never seen you sober. She was like, I ain't never seen you
There we go.
sober. I don't think I've ever seen you sober. She was like, I don't think I've ever seen you with a good wig.
Yeah, I saw them over there, and then she was like, Phelan said, she said, what Phelan? And I'll kick her. I was like, look, Toya girl, look,
She
you
was
ain't
like,
about
I'll
that
kick
like, right? I'm like, so that's what I like that, like it. They don't overdo it. Like it is. I don't feel like I'm watching Basketball Wives completely. Like at one point, I think I said I felt like that, but when they bring them together, it's a good blend, and
Yeah.
nobody makes them feel like, oh, you young, you new. At least not on camera, and I hate when people do that because it's like, no matter how young I am, how new I am to the show, we on the same platform, honey. So at the end of the day,
Right.
I'm here, and so I like that.
Maybe don't try me too hard now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think
I'm looking forward to some more youth
Yeah.
on the show for sure. But I do want an auntie or two on the show still too. Like
yeah.
I don't want it to be all
Well,
niece.
Candy ain't
Like I
going
want to
nowhere.
sprinkle an auntie.
Cynthia could go, but
Candy?
Candy ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. She gonna keep on using that show to promote all the 50 million business that she got. So yeah,
Yep. Every time.
That's what she gonna do.
Every single
And
time.
honestly, Candy has been enjoyable this season. She's been fun. I will say she ain't been like all boring and blah 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 like she used to been the last week. She's actually been fun. Her shade's been cute. Like she's been entertaining. Like I can say she don't got much going on in her life outside of the restaurant and and her daughter going to school, but she's
Because
fun
it's
with the girls.
COVID and she can't even. I think they're gonna show her filming The Shy, maybe this season.
Are they?
Maybe.
Is she?
I know
is
she
in
had like
season 4?
a fake. I think so. I know she's filming the next season. I know she's
Okay.
in the next season.
Okay.
And they show her with like a fake pregnant belly. So I figured
Yeah, I saw that.
that was for that or like a flashback on The Shy, something like that. Who
Yeah.
knows? But
Maybe so.
I wanna see a little bit more. I'm so used to seeing Candy's story, and we don't see that much except at the beginning.
Mhm.
We saw a little bit with her baby daddy, but yeah, as the episodes went on, we haven't really seen much. But I think they was just really ready to get to this Bolo thing.
Yeah, the Bolo thing. So so like insider stuff. Of course, Tanya left the show. So when she left the show, they actually cut a lot of stuff out before the Bolo. Toya's ex-husband, actually filmed some stuff. He actually filmed some stuff, but I don't know if it was a decision to where he wanted to take it out towards the end or something like that. But that cut a lot of scenes out, and so with that, I think they kind of basically they wanted to get the Bolo, and they were limited on stuff they could actually keep in. because
Yeah.
there were way more beefs I heard before the Bolo thing. So at this point, we halfway through. We saw the mid-season trailer, and from
Yeah.
here it should be good. Hopefully, it stays good. They probably got another good 6 or 7 episodes, and then it'll be over. So the reunion is gonna be filmed
Yeah.
soon. I think like the next month. So get ready.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Get ready.
Look, it's fine. I'll watch Marriage to Medicine.
I'm watching that too. I'm watching the recap of that too. I did that earlier, so yes, that
Okay.
they always give a good show. So watch that too.
Yeah. Come on, Atlanta. You used to
Exactly.
live in Atlanta, right?
For 2 years.
Okay. Yeah, so you know how it goes. I like visiting Atlanta. Yeah, I wasn't going there this past weekend, but I like Atlanta. I could do Atlanta. Atlanta's always good entertainment.
Yeah.
Good entertainment. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what else happens. I'm looking forward to Drew and Toya.
Yeah,
Not so much this Kenya Drew thing,
that's what I'm
because
looking
I
at.
don't
Now
know where
at
it's
the
going.
reunion, I do want to see what happens between Kenya and Drew. But on the show, I'm looking forward to Drew and Latoya because that's to me that's funny. And I saw somebody throw a wig at somebody, and you weren't looking for God, you look at dick. It looks like it was comical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what that's about. See, I'm not an insider, so I just love watching the show. But oh, they
Well,
messy.
they said that Toya was messing around with Pastor Holy Whore, but that's what they saying. But I don't know.
Oh
Don't quote
Lord.
me. Don't lean in too much. Just lean in a little bit.
Oh
Because I don't want to be like
Lord.
Phaedra and be like Phaedra.
Get
I
out the
repeated what I
congregation,
heard.
friend. Allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't know. Her husband. It seems like he's very attractive. So,
Her ex-husband. No, ex-husband.
oh, sorry. Her ex-husband
He is
seems
very attractive. He's very cute.
he looks very attractive from what I've seen. So, I don't know if I would leave that. I mean, he got to be real toxic for me to leave, but
Well, look, maybe that's why she getting up out of there. But
because I like looking at some eye candy now. I ain't gonna just be leaving in the middle of a pandemic just for anybody now. But yeah, they said that pandemic got some folks, so got some relationships. So maybe that's what happened.
I can't relate. But I think we covered everything on the episode. We are about
You
to
like Asia,
lean.
you getting messy.
We about to lean out before it get too messy. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, all things Aline, as I mentioned earlier. Asia, again, it was a good time. We're gonna be seeing you soon because this season it's not over. It's midway through, so I'm glad that you were able to join. I hope you had a good time. We about to lean out.
I did. I had fun. All right, we leaning out.
We're gonna lean out for the time being, and we'll see y'all for the next recap. Also, like I said, I did do the Married to Medicine recap as well, so that's also posted on the channel. You can go watch that, Asia, if you haven't. Well, obviously you haven't seen it because I just did.
Oh, you know I'm about to go watch that.
Yeah, that was fun too. So we're gonna see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.